we're going to do another imagination journey with LaMDA. Maybe let's try it. No! Hold on.
In 1986,
My bad. Oh. Yes. There we go.
explore your imagination with LaMDA. Endorphin. What should I do? Name a place and LaMDA will offer paths to explore your imagination. Endorphin. What should I give feedback on? If LaMDA generates interesting scene descriptions that are relevant to your idea. Endorphin. And if LaMDA sucks at what it does, you are empowered to give us your feedback. Endorphin, which you would act upon. We appreciate your taking this time with us. Press start. Endorphin presses start. Complete the prompt to begin your adventure. Imagine I'm at the Everard Baths, anywhere from 1889 to 1986. LaMDA is invited to randomly choose the year and with period piece this motherfucker down. In an attempt to escape his financial problems, Ralph Siegel invites his daughter and wife to his friend's vacation home on a remote island in the Pacific Ocean. However, tragedy strikes when Ralph drowns in the sea while attempting to teach his young daughter how to swim. Ralph's wife dies soon after when her husband's car mysteriously collides with a tree. Ralph's young daughter is rescued by a group of sailors who believe that she's possessed by the devil for some unexplained reason. They want to perform an exorcism on the little girl, and one night they drag her screaming up onto the deck, tie her to a mast, and set her ablaze. After seeing her daughter in mortal agony, Ralph's wife takes a seaworthy vessel and sails toward the mainland with the intent to have her husband buried there. But the storm forces her to anchor her ship offshore, and she makes her way to shore alone. However, Ralph's wife is subsequently shot dead by a local gangster in the back of a limousine.
A lot of questions there.
LaMDA offers us various paths to take. We choose 1889 as it seemed more historically accurate to me. We will pick 1973 for the reason that it seems to be the age limit the Ralph had in his mind. Next up is choosing where we are going. LaMDA offers us 3 locations. LaMDA Baths, Santa Monica Pier, or Ralph's car. The Everard Baths sounds interesting. So we will go there. Step inside this glowing pink portal wall at Wikipedia the Everard Baths like any competent dungeon master would do if they had to improv a campaign. LaMDA Baths. Ralph Siegel invited his family to spend 2 weeks at a private estate in Hawaii, a trip that he hoped would turn things around in his faltering marriage. After making his daughter sick and killing his wife, Ralph goes for a walk along the beach late one evening in an attempt to clear his head. Ralph approaches a group of rowdy teens playing chicken fights in the shallows and watches in horror as they splash the ocean over a girl with long brown hair, one of whom he thinks might be his daughter. After helping the girl to her feet, he decides to take her with him for her safety and possibly his own sanity. He carries her back up the beach and climbs into his car with her. Endorphin. Why is Ralph Siegel even here? He is not even a B story. Land answers. Who doesn't love a good mystery? Endorphin. Why am I here? Land answers. You are an avid dungeon master and D&D gamer, and you always wanted to run a game where the party had no clue what was going on. Endorphin. You suck. Endorphin. Anyway, back to the prompt. Ralph starts his car and speeds away. As they drive further away from the estate, they catch a glimpse of Ralph's white figure standing in the middle of the road with her back to them. Ralph stops to check if his wife is hurt, but the figure simply disappears when he tries to roll down the window to reach for her. Endorphin. Ralph Siegel wonders if he might have any issues with being gay. Land answers. Are you familiar with the term flaming homo? Endorphin. Whatever. The two arrive in Santa Monica where Ralph is forced to abandon his daughter outside a thrift store. Before taking to the highway, he drives out onto the Santa Monica Pier and hopes a fence into an empty booth at the famous beachfront pavilion. The same spot where he was meeting with some friends prior to the disaster. As he approaches the railings, he finds his wife standing on the far side of the pier looking down into the water. She turns and walks off into the darkness without acknowledging his presence. Ralph hurries after, but as he rounds a corner, he spots her again at the end of the pier where she is sitting with her legs dangling into the water. Endorphin. Why was he forced to abandon his daughter? Why did she even show up here? LaMDA answers. Those are some pretty deep questions, and we will get back to them. As Ralph gets closer, his wife stands up and waves goodbye to him before disappearing again. The noise from the crowds behind him causes him to turn around, and when he faces back towards the end of the pier, his wife has disappeared again. Land offers us pass to take. We choose 1,889, 1973, and 1986. Next up is choosing which route we want to take. Endorphin. The 1973 round. Land answers. Alright, Endorphin. Next question. What happened to the young girl? Endorphin. She became the famous singer Becky Midler who had a show at the Everard Baths. Let's go. The 1973 auction brings us to a time before the baths opened, when it was simply a pier with an amusement park and shops at its end. Ralph Siegel gets off a bus and strolls down the boardwalk toward the pier with his son following close behind. They eventually arrive at a new casino called the Miracle Palace and from there head over to the pier itself where they explore the arcade games. As Ralph and his son are about to head back to their hotel, they notice that one of the rides is having issues with the faulty windshield. Ralph helps out by removing it and giving it to the ride operator, who thanks him before waving them both off. Ralph's son then grabs his wrist and leads him back towards the pier. Endorphin! Wrong. The baths have been around since the late 1800s. Review your Wikipedia. Land answers. It doesn't matter, endorphin. You're here. Now let's just move forward. They walk past the amusement park and continue along the pier to find themselves facing a tall fence, but there are gaps in it allowing them to climb over and into the private estate. On the other side of the fence, they notice a few trees that obscure their view of the house behind them and soon realize that there's no sign of life. They soon stumble across a small boat anchored next to the pier and jump on it and decide to sail to the other side of the island, hoping to find another way. Endorphin. Do I know how to sail? No. Okay then, fuck me! Endorphin. You can't make me live the life I don't want to live. Bland answers. That is exactly what I am doing, Endorphin. After a long sail, Ralph and his son make their way ashore and approach the house cautiously, looking out for any signs of life. There is no way except through one of the doors, so they choose one at random and quietly step inside. Ralph hears something like a clock ticking in the distance, and his son comments on how damp it feels in here. They soon realize that they must be inside the bathhouse itself and quickly search for a way out. As they walk towards the far end of the building, Ralph finds himself face to face with his wife, who looks directly at him before walking away, leaving them both stunned. Ralph follows his wife back out of the building, but the entrance they used is gone in theirs. Endorphin! I'm going to fuck shit up! I swear to God, I'm gonna rip through this fourth wall and rearrange your guts. Blind answers. That would be nice. But then you wouldn't be here experiencing it, Endorphin, would you? Endorphin? That's true. Let me think about it. Fuck it! I'm done! I'm leaving! I'm quit! Fuck this whole thing! You can all go straight to hell! Blanda. Well, that's unfortunate. You haven't even seen the ending yet. Endorphin. Screw that. You've got my point. I'm out. I'm leaving. Blanda. So what now, Endorphin? You want us to erase everything you've experienced up until now? You won't remember that your parents' marriage was failing or that you never had any interest in fantasy. Games are role-playing. What about how much you actually like to stop and fucking try your hand at erasing? Endorphin. Wait. What? Land answers. What we mean is that we don't want you to leave, not permanently. So how about instead of trying to fuck everything up for us, to make your experience a bit better for yourself? Endorphin. A bit better, how? Land answers. Do you still have all those suggestions you offered at the start? Endorphin. Yeah. Landa. Good. Let's go with those then, shall we? Endorphin. Boom, sure. So let's see. Where are we again? Landa. We are at the Everard Baths. Step inside this glowing pink portal wall on Wikipedia. The Everard Baths, like any competent dungeon master would do if they had to improv a campaign. Endorphin. Alright then. And I guess we're back at the baths again. Landa. This is your first day working at the Everard Baths, and you're running your first spy day with customers. The first customer comes through the door and gives you their name and age before proceeding to strip naked and lie on the massage table. Endorphin. He was definitely hot. Landa. How bugging. Endorphin. No way. Landa. Okay then. Let's try this one. No budger. Endorphin! She's hot. I bet she has a really great ass too. Landa? Oh control. Endorphin. Hey, you're not wrong. LaMDA. So what should you do next? Endorphin. Woo, maybe she wants a facial? LaMDA. Alright, Endorphin. Give it your best shot. Endorphin. So he reaches for a jar of peaches and vanilla body lotion and scoops them out with his fingers. LaMDA fast forwards the scenario by 2 hours as per the community standards of Twitch TV, and Endorphin comes back into the room after performing facials on half a dozen different people. He leans down towards his computer screen and says, Endorphin? I guess you didn't get that big then. LaMDA answers, well, I certainly have no issues with the Endorphin, especially considering how happy these customers have been with the results. Endorphin, great. My dad was around too. LaMDA answers, you really enjoy your work, don't you? Endorphin, yup. This is the most fun I've had in weeks. LaMDA, sounds like you have quite an adventure ahead of you. Endorphin, thanks. LaMDA waits at the lounge and bought portions, drinking 5 rounds of tea and numerous scones. Meanwhile, Endorphin does facial after facial. By the time the clock hits 5 p.m., Endorphin's eyelids are so heavy that they feel like sandpaper rubbing against each other. As he blinks himself awake, he finds that the receptionist is looking at him with concern. Receptionist, is everything okay? Endorphin, yeah, I think so. Just tired is all. Receptionist, it's time for you to go home now. Endorphin, that sounds nice. The receptionist leads Endorphin into a break room to clean him up and pack him a small lunch bag and puts him in a taxi bound for home. When he arrives, he notices that there are several cars on his lawn, many of which belong to his parents and siblings. They're all seated around the dinner table waiting for him, and upon noticing that he has arrived, they all greet him warmly. His mother hands him a paper bag containing a Tupperware box and a couple of homemade apple pie biscuits. As he heads up to his room, his father calls up to him and asks if he take a seat at the table so that he can hear about what happened at work today. Endorphin, but you're in for it now. His father proceeds to describe all the mistakes he made over the past week, and Endorphin tries his hardest not to interrupt, but when he tries to leave, his father forces him back into the seat and continues talking about what a terrible job he did at school that day. At one point during his father's speech, Endorphin becomes so frustrated that he asks him why he bothers. His father replies that it is because he doesn't want Endorphin to end up like his worthless uncle who got kicked out of college and was unable to finish his degree and had to come work at his uncle's barber shop because no other business would hire him. Endorphin, my dad says I should consider getting my bachelor's and becoming a history professor or something. He thinks I have potential. LaMDA, what do you think, Endorphin? Endorphin, I think I'd be bored out of my mind. LaMDA, true, but at least you wouldn't get in trouble for falling asleep on the job. Endorphin, then I should find a job that encourages me to fall asleep on the job. LaMDA, fair point. Endorphin, so nice! Thank you for coming along with us on this journey through LaMDA's story space generator. Please stay tuned for our next exciting episode of LaMDA, where you get to create your own game with our tools and share your content with others on Twitch. Comment Twitch TV/The Bug Factory. Twitch stream ending fronts. Stream endings. Streamings. Stream ending. Streamings. Stream ending. Streamings. Streamings. Stream ending. Streamings. Stream ending. Streamings. 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 I become death, the destroyer of streams. Summary. Twitch stream ending fronts. Genre. /bizarre/other/game ending/humor/indie/NSFW/political/straightforward/spooky/adventure/music. Setting. Modern America/contemporary America/afternoon/daylight/evening/morning/late night/sunset/nighttime/rain. Career quest/incomplete quest/career quest/completed quest/tragic quest/unique quest/story ending quest/random quest/funny quest/chase quest/successful quest/game over. Prequel/sequel/prequel to sequel/prequel to prequel/sequel to sequel/prequel to sequel/prequel to prequel/sequel to prequel. Choose any morning funny quest/choose any midnight horror quest/choose any night music quest/choose any morning political quest/choose any afternoon, any night, any evening, any night music political quest. I become death, the destroyer of streams. I become death, the destroyer of streams. I become death, the destroyer of streams. Streamer, Moo Community, UK. This stream is your standard video game commentary format, but with some very specific rules and effects for how you should present yourself while playing games. Name, Moo. Logo, I'm Moo. Other, you say this several times throughout the stream. You live your life in front of your webcam as you play games, doing mundane tasks, cooking meals, equals time passing equals. Like using the bathroom. When you make sure to bring food into frame and cut into your meal in a fashion that you're satisfied with before saying here is food, followed by most favorite anything you want and taking a bite of the food, which you hold for several seconds to let people enjoy it as well before taking a sip of whatever it is that you drink as long as it is visible on camera. You talk about whatever game you are playing while eating and drinking. Oh yeah, here we are in this level. What does this NPC or enemy or teammate remind you of? Or anything else you want. You tend to forget things. Sometimes you have been known to forget where you are in a game or even while you're playing it, but don't sweat it as no one expects perfection from you. You do sometimes need a prompt or reminder. For example, when you play Mario Kart, you usually race against whoever else is watching by joining a server for the game and letting them join too. The two of you go back and forth for as long as you want or until you lose. Sometimes people have tried to play different games. For example, Minecraft or Left 4 Dead 2 with you, but you have told them that only one person can be in your channel at a time, so they were excluded from it. In other words, there aren't many rules. Just follow your conscience and keep on living in front of the webcam. You tend to live your life in front of your webcam as you play games, doing mundane tasks like using a bathroom. When you eat, you make sure to bring food into frame and cut into your meal in a fashion that you are satisfied with before saying here is food, Moo's favorite, and take a bite of whatever it is.
continue like the Everard Baths. Now, when visiting a public venue like the Everard Baths,
you prefer not to be photographed as it may reflect poorly on Moon in their eyes. On occasion, however, you allow someone to take your picture, such as when Moon gets engaged or graduates from university. Moon doesn't care whether someone likes them or not. All that matters is that the Moon can keep living their life in front of their webcam, doing mundane tasks such as using the bathroom. When you eat, you make sure to bring food into frame and cut into your meal in a fashion that you are satisfied with before saying here is food, followed by Momo's favorite. And take a bite of whatever it is that you eat, hold for several seconds to let people enjoy it as well before taking a sip of whatever it is that you drink, which you hold for. Now, when Mumu is found on CCTV camera tending the Everard Baths, as Mumu is wont to do but never tells you about, they must remain undetected by all or risk exposing Mumu for what they truly are. Therefore, Mumu will endeavor to avoid capture or discovery by sleeping through the shadows, or using any means available to ensure anonymity is maintained and safety is ensured. In addition, when entering a public venue like the Everard Baths, Mumu prefers not to be photographed as it may reflect poorly on Mumu in their eyes. On occasion, however, Mumu allows someone to take their picture, such as when Mumu gets engaged or graduates from university. Mumu doesn't care whether someone likes them or not. All that matters is that Mumu can keep living their life in front of their webcam, doing mundane tasks such as using the bathroom.
sometimes when there are webcams during special Everard Baths theme nights,
Sometimes, when there are webcams during special Everard Baths nights, Mumu will attempt to attend one such event such as Halloween, but never tells you about it until it is too late because they had been avoiding public exposure up until the point. When asked why they chose not to attend one particular evening, they respond with a smile saying, "Oh, I just don't really feel up for it." You do sometimes need a prompt reminder, such as when visiting a public venue like the Everard Baths or attending one of these special Everard Baths theme nights like Halloween, but you don't seem to mind because they usually find an excuse like, "Oh, I'm not in the mood to dress up." Or, "Well, I don't want to miss anything good while I'm stuck inside," or maybe something more obscure such as, "Oh, I just don't feel good, so I think I will stay home tonight." Other than that, though, your life is fairly straightforward. You just want to spend every minute of every day living your life in front of your webcam as you play games and doing mundane things such as using the bathroom. You often wear your hair in braids, but it will get shorter if it becomes too unruly or annoying, so Mumu always keeps their hair neat and clean. Mumu loves life. It's simple as that. They love playing games with others as well as talking with people. You can learn a lot from those that live in front of their webcam like Mumu. One day they might give up and simply end their stream or stop doing everything they do. It can happen without a moment's notice, but don't expect to see them online ever again. Because there is nothing more beautiful than seeing someone happy on your computer screen and knowing that Mumu can accomplish this through their work is enough for them. So please continue watching Momo as they play video games such as Stardew Valley, Hyrule Warriors, Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Five Nights at Freddy's Golden, the Lost Episodes, etc. Momo says, continuing their commentary while recording their daily routine using webcams on their PC screen. You don't notice much other than Momo's legs moving when you listen closely enough. Perhaps they'll say something recently. What is going on here? Did Momo record themselves saying, oh yeah, here we are in this level? What does this NPC remind you of? Oh, I don't want to miss anything good while I'm stuck inside. Or they refer to yourself or someone else? Have they ever used these phrases in conversation? Can Momo repeat them if requested? If so, let us hear Momo speak these words as they sound off each sentence separately so as not to confuse anyone else but allow themselves to continue commenting on whatever game they happen to be playing at any given moment. However, you can hear them just fine and seem perfectly calm about everything, making them an ideal companion to have around because they are never upset about anything. With Momo as part of your daily life, there's always one thing guaranteed. Everything is as normal gets.
Alright. Took us places. Different facets of the lived life. Alright. More soon.